welcome to the Ipswich Middle School and our Tiger Talk. Today we will be addressing the issue of whole foods versus processed foods and the differences between them. It is a growing problem around the world, especially in the US.
Do you ever think about how much food you consume in a day? Besides feeling full after your meal, have you ever considered the processes that your food undergoes before it reaches your plate?
In recent time, processed food has become a large problem and is the cause of obesity, diabetes, and cancer in some cases. Processed food has made it easier to reach your food, maybe only placing it in the microwave for 60 seconds. Processed food was made to be easier to digest and overall taste better.
But something that great must have a catch. Is the food you consume every day doing your body any good? Have you ever thought to look at the back of your cereal box and you may see ingredients such as red 40, blue 2, or yellow 6? Maybe other ingredients such as natural flavor or artificial ingredients. The people who make your food aren't telling you what you're actually eating.
Chemicals are put into your food that are meant to give it a longer shelf life and help it last longer without growing mold. Maybe they will help to keep the food fresh, but wait, aren't you going to consume these chemicals as well? What will they do to you? This, on top of many other reasons, is why you should consider avoiding processed foods.
Wouldn't you rather be eating foods that don't have unnamed additives, that don't cause diabetes in the long term? You should then consider adding whole foods to your daily diet. What is a whole food, you may ask? A whole food is a minimally processed food that has the use of no artificial ingredients or preservatives. Maybe eating processed food will give you some of the vitamins you need, but the vitamins are not naturally occurring in the food, they have to be added.
Did you know the effects of whole foods could be considered to be the opposite of the effects of processed foods? Whole foods have actually been proven to reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and even cancer.
Eating whole foods can be more beneficial than eating processed foods. You eat less sugar and intake more nutrients and vitamins. Studies have shown that eating healthy foods such as fruits and vegetables can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease, many types of cancer, and type 2 diabetes.
Whole foods don't have any unnecessary additives, sugars, or salts. The human body can handle breaking down natural sugars and sodium better than artificial preservatives.
Some people question whole food. What about the pesticide use? A high dose of cancer can cause birth defects. Some studies have shown that an incidence in the case of farmers who are exposed to high levels of pesticide are lower than in the wider population. Some fruits and vegetables can cause food poisoning if they are rinsed in water, contaminating animal or human waste, or if they are eaten raw or without peeling.
The first of many reasons why processed food began worsening our health is because they contain high amounts of sugar, salt, and fat. Because these elements were added to the foods, many healthy components were taken out. This gave the processed food the great taste that kept consumers coming back again and again.
Most Americans 2 years and older eat a high diet in sodium, consuming approximately 3,400 milligrams each, in comparison to the 2,400 milligrams recommendation. And most sodium American diets comes from processed foods, where salt has been added. Solid fats and added sugars, mostly from the processed foods, contribute to nearly 800 calories, or 35% of the total calorie intake.
And finally, the animal care. Research shows that the organically fed animals tend to be healthier than animals that are fed non-organic feed. Organic livestock practices require the producer to establish preventative healthcare practices. The healthcare practices include selecting the appropriate species and type of livestock, providing adequate feed, to create an appropriate environment that minimizes stress, disease, and parasites, administration of vaccines and veterinary biologics.
Some people who are strictly against eating animals go vegetarian, pescatarian, and vegan, or some just eat meat that was humanely raised and grass-fed. For others, they don't necessarily care what the animal went through to get to their plate, but they don't know that the meat could have been fed synthetic substances rather than grass. Or the animal could have been unhumanely raised with little shelter or space to roam around. With that all being said, we highly encourage you to try to avoid unhumane raised meat as well as processed foods.
We would like to thank you all for attending our Tiger Talk, and if you would like to learn more about our topic and others as well, you can attend the Issues Fair right here at the Ipswich Middle School on June 2nd.